Okay, tell me something. Now, I was speaking all this while, right, about behavioral interviews and all. Can you tell me some of my assumptions?
Like in your point of view?
What I assumed. Assume means I told you something and told you something else. In between some information I didn't.
Okay.
Deep tech, I said these companies make the kind of technology which others do not make. They do a lot of research. So because of that, they have the technology and others don't have it.
The assumption was that through research, you can make technologies that others don't have.
All deep tech companies use behavioral interviews.
I think so that you assume that the person you're interviewing would answer straight and not try to trick the interviewer.
Why do you say I'm assuming that?
Because you said that they ask these questions, they try to understand the experience of that person, but then you're assuming, right? They try to see the experience. You don't know if what they're seeing is actually the experience or if it's the answers also, right?
So what you're telling me is they're conducting that interview and checking if that person is really having the ability to take that pressure and has the right behavior or not. They're assuming that the person is telling the truth, because it could be possible the person doesn't have that behavior, telling that answer. That is the assumption. What was your reflection after doing this?
So for me, after doing this, my mind was blasting with more questions that why did we do this and all that. But then you explain, so it's like basically for checking how you think, how your mind works, how much IQ you have, how much pressure you can handle in heart.
Why do you say this was testing the amount of pressure you can handle?
So because for this, something you asked is about atoms. I couldn't understand a thing about it, even though I studied a lot about it. It's basically like you have to assume what is going to be the answer. You have to see the questions and then you have to assume it by the word.